Trouble playing your pentatonic scale sequences and faster runs like this, and you're feeling like you're breaking your finger because you're using awkward kind of finger combinations, then here in this video I'm gonna break it down for you how you pretty simply can play your pentatonic licks much more comfortable. You gain more speed out of this, but also more stability, so you will play everything much nicer and smoother, and it will just feel much better. And here's what we're gonna do. So this is basically what I played, but in a different position, and I'm gonna show you what I will do with my fingers so that you also know what to do with your fingers. Really quick brush up. So we have these 5 pentatonic shapes here, and I was playing this shape first and then transitioned into this shape and played this descending. But let's look at it from the start. So here's the first position, and this is a scale sequence then that's called group of 3 notes. It sounds like this. Proper ending. And then the fingering here that I was using is the most important. Here it's quite straightforward because everything is, you don't have any position shifts, so you can just use the pinky finger for this 8th fret and the ring finger every time this 7th fret comes up, and here again you use the pinky finger, and of course every time the 5th fret comes up you use your index finger. But now in this position here, let's have a look at this, because here it's not quite as straightforward. So what I would recommend is playing this shape here, let me go big here, with the index and the ring finger. And now the next note will be in the 9th fret, this one here. So I played up to here. Now I'm gonna use my middle finger, index finger for the 8th fret, middle finger again, and now I do a small shift playing it with the index finger, and now I just go straight forward with the ring finger, pinky finger, so now we are here at this note. And there it doesn't matter so much what you do anymore. You can use your middle finger if you want. You can also use your index finger and then close it down to the A note. But what I want you to pay attention here to is the underlying principle is I'm not playing this start of the shape with my weakest finger combination, or one of the weakest finger combination. I'm not using the middle finger and the pinky finger. It feels awkward and it's super exhausting also. And you have to get used to so many different things. It's way easier to get used to make small position shifts of 1 fret. You can deal with that after some practice and just use the strongest finger combination that you have available at a time. So if that's, I always try to trace everything back to index finger plus another finger. So usually it's index finger and ring finger, or index finger and pinky finger, but sometimes, for example, in this segment here, it's index finger and middle finger. And then you can just go down here. Or if you are a little bit more foresighted, you can play this with the index finger, and then you use your ring finger. We're actually here. Then you use your ring finger, and you're already in the position to play the rest of the sequence here. So let's look add what I actually played here. And by the way, if you want a full document of all those scale sequences, click the link under the video if you're watching this on YouTube, follow that link, or if you're already on my website, just scroll down a little bit and follow the steps there. I will send it right over to you, the full document with all the scale sequences here in all positions, so that you can just practice them and go back to them and figure out the right fingering with what you learned in this video. So here is now what I did earlier, and I'm gonna give a little bit of room here so that we see this more on top. Now this is the third position, played ascending. And this is probably the most challenging position for most, because it kind of looks a little bit weird, and it's, unlike for example the fourth position, not so easily to trace back to the first position. So this looks quite unsymmetrical, this also looks unsymmetrical, but this has more similarity with the first position here, and this one here kind of has also some similarity, or some and this also has some sort of symmetric pattern in it, more or less. But here this really is, it looks actually much very symmetric, but it's very awkward to play for most people, and I'm gonna show you how to master this position now very easily. So here's what I would recommend. You play all of this up to here just with your index finger and ring finger. And now I'm on this note here, and what I do now, I play this with the index finger and this with the pinky finger, and just also the rest up to here with the pinky finger, and this also with the index finger. And now here, this note you use the ring finger for, and the rest is pretty standard. So I'm gonna show this to you up close again so that you see it on the fretboard what I'm doing. So this was the scale sequence part up to here, and you get the rest in the document that I just showed you, and then you can practice with those items and get the right fingering actually into your playing, into your fingers, so that you get used to them and you can dish them out whenever you want, and it's gonna feel much easier for you.